All right, let's get to this game. We're going to do a good old-fashioned lightning round. I know you speak Yiddish, as you've mentioned. What's one of your favorite Yiddish words or phrases?
Fashimult.
What's fashimult?
Fashimult is when you open a fruit and it's kind of mealy but also dry. It's not just mealy, it's also dry. That's fashimult.
Wow, I can't believe there's a word for that.
Why wouldn't there be?
That's so specific.
Because otherwise you'd have to say it's kind of mealy but a little bit dry. And it's like, is it rotten? It's fashimult.
Fashimult. What's one of your most memorable or unique experiences davening on the road?
Ooh, davening on the road. What a great question. The year that I said Kaddish for my father, I did the full year.
Yeah.
And I was once in Savannah for, it was a speaking engagement. And what I always would do during my year of Kaddish, because the most reliable place to say Kaddish on a weekday is an Orthodox shul,
Sure.
I ended up going to Orthodox shuls a lot, mostly. And also I'm pretty observant, so that's fine. But they often don't allow women to say Kaddish, or it can be complicated. So I would always alert them. Savannah, Georgia. They are so unaccustomed to having women at their weekday minchas that there was no women's section. So I was placed in a refreshment corner off the main synagogue room.
Okay.
And the mechitza they created, and I'm not saying this to tell a bad story about Orthodox people, they did it as lovingly as they could. They put a cart, like a library cart of books as the mechitza to try and create
Would you duck
this.
down behind that, please?
But honestly, then I recited Kaddish. It was fine. But they literally were like, we have to improvise. And we don't have a women's section because there's never a woman here. And so they made this little alcove, my mechitza section.
Okay. That's certainly unique and memorable.
It's what you asked.
What was the most Jewish moment on The Big Bang Theory?
We lit candles together on Hanukkah.
Oh, that's nice.
And I would put the word out. It would usually be, if it happened on a tape night, we would do it between dinner and touch-ups before the show, and we would all gather. Cast members who wanted to, producers, crew, and it was really beautiful, and we would all sing together.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
If you made aliyah, what city would you live in?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'd want to live in the middle of the old city.
Special place.
I would want to live in one of those weird, windy, crazy little streets. I mean, I could also imagine living in Svat, of the places I've been.
Spiritual place.
Oh, and just it's, on the hill and just that region. And actually, I have family in Hoshaya, which is near there, which is also lovely. But there's something about living in a place that feels ancient. I don't want to live in a new building. I want to live in an ancient place.
Cool. What's your favorite Jewish holiday?
I'm a person that gets a lot out of Tisha B'Av, fasting.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's definitely,
it's a deep
you're
cut.
definitely the first answer to be that.
It's a deep cut.
Saddest day of the year for this gal.
Okay, but saddest and also the potential for redemption.
Sure.
And, a day of true immersion.
Mm-hmm.
The only other one you could compare it to is Yom Kippur.
Right.
Not just because of the not eating, but when you don't eat, you can't expend a lot of energy. So you're spending the day immersed, And I really, that's a thing.
Do you have a favorite parsha?
I love a Jewish question.
Yeah.
I get so many of them here. I'm Vayigash was my bat mitzvah parsha.
Okay.
And Joseph revealing himself to his brothers is very, very special. It's special on, so many levels. What does it mean to be seen also by your family? What happens when we change? Do people recognize us, right? What's it like to reintroduce yourself to people? I mean, it's so many things.
That.
I'm a super Jew nerd, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. If you could have any 3 Jews, dead or alive, over for Shabbat dinner, who would they be?
My partner, Jonathan Cohen.
Nice.
He's
got to be there.
He's got to be there. I mean, it's hard not to have my kids, but I'll
They're already invited.
Okay, fine.
These are three ushpizin.
My partner, Jonathan Cohen. I think we'll make him one. Albert Einstein and Sigmund Freud.
It's a hell of a dinner table conversation.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking there's so many ladies Golda Meir, there's so many incredible Jewish women Chana Senesh, there's so many incredible women, but I think Einstein, Freud. I mean, also you could throw Marx in there and kick out my boyfriend, but
that'd be a really interesting conversation. And my last question that we ask of all of our guests: Challah, rip or slice?
Oh my goodness, it's not even ripping; it's called knipping. That's the Yiddish.
That's Yiddish for rip is knip?
It's a knip.
You're the first knip we've had. We had a lot of rips, not a knip.
Knip, and also the best part is the kepi, the end, the head. Some people call it the heel, but in my house we called it the kepi.
Love that.